Hello and welcome to a new HKCM Global video. My name is Philip. Welcome on the channel. Today I'm going to be speaking about the Nasdaq index and the Nvidia stock. Those who've been following the channel and been watching my previous videos weeks, even months ago, I already warned about the Nasdaq. It's going to crash. Nvidia is going to crash. There were a lot of skeptical comments below. Now my primary scenario, my expectation has been fulfilled. Last night's sell-off, today's sell-off that's still ongoing has brought the Nasdaq to where I was expecting it to bottom out, or I hope it bottoms out here, because at the moment I'm becoming skeptical. Was I even bearish enough for the current situation? But I'm definitely expecting a bounce sometime soon to occur. So let's take a look at the Nasdaq. Let's take a look at my overall expectation. First of all, what was I expecting? I was expecting the Nasdaq to be within wave 4, having topped out in wave 3 around July 24. First sell-off, A wave, B wave top, and now the sell-off which has taken place over the last couple of days in a very extreme form. To be fair, it's been very, very impulsive to the downside, and we have already reached my target zone for wave 4. If we look at the more detailed chart, we can see we dipped in with the gap down last night, Monday night opening. We dipped into the target zone. We are now moving to the upper side of the target zone. Let's see, maybe we can already see a bounce. So just to be clear on what I'm expecting in the short term here, I'm expecting the following scenario. I think that this from the B wave top was a wave 1, wave 2 scenario here. Then we have probably seen wave 3, wave 4. Then we have another 1, 2 for the final wave 5. And I'm now currently expecting the market to probably be in the final wave 4 of the final impulse. So the bottom here that we've seen here today, that should have been the 223 extension, pretty much on the dime, nailed it here. So now I'm expecting wave 4 to occur, and then another final leg to the downside here, and we're probably going to be touching the lower end of the target zone. Can it already be complete? I'm still very skeptical about it. I think there's going to be a little recovery today, or maybe over the next 1 or 2 days, because it's going to be we have space now. So the wave 4, as we know, we can retrace 23 to 50% of the wave 3. So basically we could see the market going back up as far as 18,267, and then continue a final down leg. So this is something I'm viewing here for the next few days to be happening. So on the other hand, what can happen if this is not going to be the case? I'm not expecting the market to fall out of the target zone without any counter move, without any significant battle with the bulls here. I mean, the bears have been in charge over the last months. That is clear, but I think that there is enough potential to fight back here at the moment. But nevertheless, if it's not happening and things get worse, then we would have to expect wave 1 to have already topped out. I would have to change my sub count here, because I'm still not convinced that this is an impulsive move that the market completed here. This chart doesn't display it correctly. So the thing is, this final up leg here, I'm not convinced that this can be an impulse. That's why I'm also expected this to be a B wave. So I would have to change my overall count, but it would be possible to find a way to make this the wave 1 top, and then we would have seen now the first downside impulse in either an A wave or a wave 1. There would be a significant retracement, and then there would be another further sell-off. So this is something I can't draw any conclusions at the moment on this scenario. I have to wait on how the market is now going to react from the target zone. If there is an impulsive move to the upside, then I'm completely convinced that we will have completed wave 4, and then we're going to be fine, and we're going to be seeing new all-time highs at some point in the future. But if this doesn't happen, then we are in for a much bigger corrective ride here, and this can take this could be taking 2 years, 3 years even. We will have to see on that, but this is something in the future. For now, I'm convinced that the Nasdaq will probably be able to hold the target zone, and we will be able to come back up. We have been silly oversold on some of the time frames. The 1 hour is now curving up. That is like a first indication. 4 hour is still down. A negative momentum on the 4 hour is still building up, but this would be a first significant turnaround signal if the 4 hour makes an upturn and is able to stop the negative momentum here. Longer term time frames, daily we're oversold again. We have not yet reached any new low on the negative momentum here. Of course, it's building up again, but we'll have to see how this reacts. That would be the next possible sign for a bottom. And of course, yeah, the overall, we have topped out on the monthly. Nevertheless, this would still allow a wave 5 to happen, as I've just shown on this chart. So this wave 5, I would even be expecting the monthly to be coming down or not to make new highs for a divergence within wave 5. So this is something that is very, very typical. 2-week is coming down as well. So all those time frames are either indicating that this correction is not going to be over, or that in the future we are going to be seeing negative divergences on new all-time highs, which would then be a clear signal that a wave 5 is underway. The weekly has already come down significantly. So this could, if we are now seeing wave 4 and then the final wave 5, so this could come down to being in oversold territory on the RSI. And of course, this would be a nice signal for the market to turn. We have seen the same signal here after the 21-22 correction. And one of my favorites is, as always, is the 4-day on those indices and as well as on many of the stocks. And we are also closing in on the oversold territory here. Once this starts turning, this could also be a very significant signal for the bottom to be in. But for now, even if the market is going to maybe even going green today, this could be something definitely in the cards here, that we are closing in the greens here today. But as shown before on my detailed chart here, I'm expecting wave 4 now to occur, and then another final sell-off in the target zone, probably reaching the lower end here before we can really finally bottom out. Yeah, let's look at Nvidia, what's going on here as well. Nvidia has reached the target zone. I've had many comments, not just on YouTube, but also on my Instagram account. If you're not following me on my Instagram, please do so, Philip Klinkmüller. People were in disbelief. They were not going, they told me that I'm completely crazy here, expecting Nvidia to go below 100. Yeah, we are currently below $90. We are within our target zone. Also here, this a similar situation. I'm expecting at least a bounce from this zone to the upside. Nevertheless, the way things are developing here with Nvidia, we also have to take into serious consideration the alternative scenario, which would then be wave 2 taking place, which would then of course be a much larger correction, and which would send Nvidia down to very low levels here, just to show where this would, the outcome would be here if we are already topped out in wave 1. So we would be seeing at least prices between, probably around $58 to $36. So this would be another significant drop, but nevertheless, I'm still expecting from this target zone a significant bounce to the upside, and then we will have to reassess what is happening here. If this is going to be a corrective bounce, not an impulsive 5-wave move to the upside, then I will definitely switch to the alternative 1 scenario, and I would have to expect further sell-off to occur. But I'm very keen in now opening long positions within this zone, going for the long side at them, and then quickly put a stop into the position and then see where this goes. I'm not expecting, as I just said with the Nasdaq, I'm also not expecting Nvidia to just go crash the zone, crash down and crash below whatever, 70, 50, 70 or even $60. I'm not expecting this to happen at the moment. But in the long run, Nvidia, a similar picture on the indicators as well here. Looking at the monthly is coming down. So the next wave up, wave 5, we could be seeing divergences, or we have already seen it and we are just going to be seeing a B wave within the next weeks and months. 2-week also coming down. It has already come down significantly, which is a good thing. The weekly is already closing in on oversold as well. So basically, all in all, Nvidia showing a very similar picture in all its areas on the chart, on the indicators, just as the Nasdaq is as well. We are already in the oversold territory on the 4-day, which is also something it's a good sign as well. Of course, 2-day, daily, they've all been clearly oversold as well here. So let's see what the next few days will bring, as well as on the Nasdaq. I'm also expecting the first signal to come out of the time frames 4 hours, 8 hours. If they start turning up, if the MACD starts turning up, RSI starts turning up, negative momentum starts to decrease, and we could see momentum to the upside building up here. All in all, in summary, basically as I have expected. Please watch my video on those 2 topics, Nasdaq and Nvidia, from weeks ago. This is what I've been calling and this is what I've been expecting for a long time. So yeah, right now I'm very happy that I was able to call the top, and I was able, yeah, the market is fulfilling my expectations here, and by the looks of it, there will be many interesting entries, especially into individual stocks over the next coming weeks. And this is also, yeah, if you go to our website hkcmglobal.com, currently we have a promotion on our new artificial intelligence package, of which of course Nvidia stock is also part of. It's going to be until midnight today, 20% off, code matrix20. So make a good use of that. I think now is the perfect time to get into a new stock package, into new markets here, because we are definitely at buying opportunities already, or significant buying opportunities coming up within the next few weeks. So I think an ideal time to enter the markets if you've been on the sidelines, or if you've been looking to do rebuys, etc. I think now is the time to do that. So thank you for watching, and as always, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, don't miss our videos, and become a subscriber on our paid subscription. Thank you.